Hi, this is Dana, and on this channel I speak about spiritual warfare. I have another channel on astrology and a Facebook page on prophetic writings, which you will find in the description box below. The usual caveat, there are individuals who are impersonating me, stealing my identity, and using my identity and my energy in order to do harm onto me and onto others. I ask you to please be discerning. Don't engage with them. They're under investigation and judgment and punishment. Now, for this video, God has guided me to speak about a topic which to me it seems a little bit silly, but it seems like there are people who actually need this information. Literally, the topic is about redemption. It's not the full topic, but one aspect of redemption. And maybe this is also useful to not only to those who are supposed to do redemption, but also to those who stand to receive justice, maybe as a warning somehow. Literally, what God has shown to me is that there are individuals who have done wrong. They stole from others, and of course, they have done a lot of harm onto those people in order to be able to steal from them in many ways. One of the usual ways is creating doppelgangers. What an individual who steals from you usually does is creating a doppelganger, literally training a person to behave and look like you. Literally training a person to actually impersonate you. And then they work together against you in order to create a timeline, a bondage on you. They act in your name. They do ritualic practices on you. Literally, that woman is impersonating you in, for example, taking marriage vows, which are illegal. That doppelganger takes marriage vows in your name with certain individuals who want to benefit of your divine rights. And those individuals literally receive your money, your promotions, your business, your prosperity in terms of material goods, also material goods and money, which are yours, but they receive them in your name, stating that they are your spouse. They are not your spouse, of course, but this is what the doppelgangers do. This is why they are created. This is why they receive salary, money, income for this. Yeah. Then they use the same doppelgangers in all sorts of ritualic practices of I'm not even gonna get into all of that, but of, for example, sex magic, all sorts of ritual practices, occult practices with darkness, including summoning dark forces, making promises to dark forces over your soul, over your child, over your motherhood, over your energy, over, you cannot imagine. This is crazy. Anyhow, there are individuals who have done this kind of work against you in order to steal your rights. Yeah. And then the judgment comes if you do your spiritual fighting and you deliver karma. The judgment comes, and they stand to receive karma for what they've done, and you stand to receive justice. Now, at this point, there is a chance for that individual to do redemption. God is the one who gives them that chance, to my mind, undeservingly, because it's not normal that they just get to do redemption, not getting punished for what they have done. But anyhow, they do receive this chance. However, be assured, most of them don't accept that chance. They don't do the redemption. Instead of that, what they do, God is showing to me that this is one of the current issues, which basically the divine realm is dealing with, namely individuals who pretend to do redemption. So they say, okay, I did harm to this individual, I stole from her money, so now I will give her back the money. But the individual is not giving back the money he stole, but instead of that, he's creating more bondage to steal more money in your name and intends to come to you to give you those money which he yet again stole from you, in addition to the initial amount which they stole from you. So they literally, in their sick mind, they go to steal some more in your name in order to give you some money as some sort of compensation, and they figure this is redemption. Shh. They figure this is redemption. This is not redemption. People need to understand this is not redemption. This is, to me, this is really silly thing, and it's even insulting the intelligence of anyone. Redemption assumes that you come clean. In order to get a clean slate, you need to come clean first. That means you have to acknowledge and confess what you have done, first of all. Yeah. Second of all, giving back what you stole does not mean that you get to steal more in order to give back the initial amount which you stole. You do not get rid of the dark forces which you used to steal by stealing some more. It's not like so. First of all, for those who stand to receive justice, please know, if these individuals doing this kind of things come to you, please understand that, first of all, receiving the money, let me say this before anything. Before you accept anything from anyone who pretends they feel sorry and they do redemption, make sure to ask divine justice, divine guidance. Because if that individual is lying to you, by receiving those money, you extend the bondage, because what he's doing, he's still working with darkness against you. So he's recreating the same bondage with the intent, at least declared. We don't know if it's the true intent, that once he gets those money, he doesn't use those money for himself, his doppelgangers, and his hoes, but instead, this time around, he's giving you the money. First of all, he's not entitled to those money. Second of all, that is still work with darkness. If you accept those money, you will take upon yourself the bondage which he is creating. So instead of breaking the bondage, you take more bondage upon you. This time, it will be much more powerful because you accept it with a free will. If the first time everything was done unbeknownst to you, you had divine protection. If the second time you accept that amount without checking divine guidance, then you take upon yourself with conscious consent that bondage. Do you understand? I really hope you understand. Please know that any amount of money or gift that you receive must be divinely guided. Otherwise, I'm not even getting into another topic, which refers to the fact that they do curses on money, they do spirit attachments on money, so they can even give you money with purpose on which they purposefully created bondage. Yeah. That is another thing. But even if they don't do it on purpose, by their own work with darkness, automatically those money will bring darkness to you, some sort of attachment, whatever type of dark force they used in order to create that bondage. Another example, what they do, they will make claim on you without your knowledge. They will say they will create one of these fake marriages with you through doppelgangers who impersonate you, and by that they will fake um, an identity of emperor, of basically, but they basically, that it's a clocking in your energy. They are clocking in your energy, in your abundance, in your money. And he will present himself like, okay, now I'm a divine person. I have a ranking of emperor and I have this much amount of money. But he doesn't have that money. Those are your money. And he's stealing those money by creating a fake, illegal contract on you through the doppelgangers and with the darkness, in order to present himself to you like he has money. But those money are your money. He's recreating the same bondage, stealing your money, and he comes your way pretending that he is generous, either to offer you those money or to do redemption and to do right by the previous actions when he stole from you. Some of them might not necessarily come clean and present to you the entire situation, but they will try to somehow say, we know that some injustice was done and we want to compensate for that. We don't want this to go to justice. Just accept this money. Don't accept it. I'm here to tell you, don't accept it. Nothing like this, because you throw away all your spiritual fighting and all your divine protection by accepting this. You must understand, these people either in denial, either they refuse, literally refuse to do redemption, and they just want to come clean. This is a time, and when I explain this is a time when a lot of karma is being delivered. Many of them are scared because they face karma. And they are trying to find creative ways in which to appease you, basically, so they will not get to a 3D justice, court of law, and punishment, and so on. Now, I'm here to tell you that all of these are tricks, and if you accept this, it's even worse than the bondage before, because as I explained, the bondage before was created unbeknownst to you. So you had the divine realm, which had full power to protect you. Once you accept any kind of arrangement like this, you give them power. You give them power. And the protection from the divine realm will not be as strong. Or even if the protection from the divine realm, let's say, stays the same, the dark forces being used against you will become much stronger because you accepted consciously what was offered to you. So this is very important to understand. First of all, that they practice this, cloaking themselves in your energy and stealing your rights in order to come your way, either to present themselves as innocent and to propose to you whatever. They can propose to you to do a business together. They can propose to you to give some sort of compensation. They can even propose to you marriage. Some of them might come, if you already expose them enough, they might come even to make some sort of confession, not necessarily the entire truth, but some sort of confession, like, something was wrong here. We know that some injustice was done. Let us compensate you. This is actually the example God has given me. Or we're proposing to you a business. We partner together with you to do a business. We include you in some sort of project as a compensation for the harm done to you and stuff like this. All of these are alternatives which God has shown to me that are being considered by them to be pushed forward in order to get away with what they've done. So I am telling you that this basically will be a huge step back for you. You will not receive justice. That is not justice. That is basically bondage creation all over again. Only that this time they will readjust to the current situation, namely in which you claimed justice and you stood up for yourself. But they will try to trick you, and they will use at the same time a lot of witchcraft, sorcery, a lot of glamour magic, so you will not see the truth. So you will not be able to read their energy. This is why they cloak themselves in your energy, so you won't be able to see clearly who they are, and they would come to you as a credible individual, but actually they are just recreating the same bondage. Now, this is a pity for those who do this, because that this is not redemption, and this is actually what God asked me to say to those who are doing this. This is not redemption. Stealing more money from the same person, or and giving back the initial sum which you stole, that is not redemption. Refusing to acknowledge the truth of what you have done, that is not redemption. As long as you, and I said this before, as long as you do not acknowledge what you have done in the past, you will not get rid of the dark force which was involved in that creation. Regardless if you summoned that force or if somebody sent it upon you, it doesn't really matter. The force is attached to you, and in order to get rid of it, you must acknowledge what you have done, and you must have enough bravery to stand up and say, this is what I have done, it was wrong. You can even explain how it came about or not explain, but this is the only way that you actually cut off that force. This is a very important topic at this particular time, and is important for everyone. If anyone is confused about redemption, this video is here to clarify this, namely that redemption, you don't do redemption with lies. You don't cover up your actions with lies in order to do redemption. That is not redemption. That is more bondage creation upon yourself, upon individuals that you drag into this mud which you create, simply because you refuse to be honest. Yeah. And for those who stand in light and they stand to receive justice from God, they need to understand that it might be that you have been facing a long fight, and receiving part of the goods which are stolen from you might start appealing to you. But please understand that you're taking upon yourself darkness by accepting this. And I know this experience, I have this experience, and I can tell you that throughout the entire conscious spiritual fighting, each and every single time, for 5 cents, $5 or 5 whatever you want, I always ask God, and in many circumstances God will show me, are not money for you, you don't accept this, we will bring you your money, we will bring you the money you need for this purchase or for these resources, for this, we will find a way, don't accept this kind of money because this is harming you. And please understand that all of this is extremely relevant in determining your power to stay in light and protected while darkness attacks are sent at you. If you accept any kind of compromise, any kind of agreements, please understand that all that were involved in order to cover up and to create that lie will get to be attached to you, to feed on you, and to continue to send darkness to you. But more important is that they will have much more power in their attacks at you, simply because you consciously accepted something from them. Yeah, and again, this is only from a bondage breaking perspective. But then again, to this you will add the fact that on those money or whatever you receive from them, they can make a lot work with darkness, including curses, including hexes, including also all sort of types of magic and sorcery. And as long as that individual is not willing to acknowledge and accept and simply state the truth, you stand high chances that there will be a temptation for him to do work with darkness on those money. Not to mention that is not justice. That is not justice. Those are also stolen from you. He's not supposed to bring to you your own money, which he's stealing in order to bring back. He's supposed to give back. If they already spent your money, he's supposed to give back from whatever possession they have. I am pretty sure there will be ways in the court of law, justice can make actually pay the money. So I'm sure they will find the ways. Not to mention that many of them transfer the money in offshore accounts. And then they refuse. They keep saying, we don't have the money now, we spend them. But actually they do have the money. They only transfer money in offshore accounts. So they will have them in safety. And they pretend like they don't have the money. So then now if I have to give money back, I will steal some more from her and give her. This is just crap. This is just crap. Everybody needs to understand that this is silly. Now, on the other hand, before I close up the video, I want to point out I said this to God when he told me to speak about this. I said, I don't talk about it because it's so silly and it's offensive to my intelligence. Once somebody opened a timeline for spiritual fighting of bondage breaking, people need to understand that you have been shown everything that was done. It's at that point, it's not even a question of your intuition. Do you have a high level intuition to understand if he's lying? You fucking know he's lying. You know. You've been shown the truth. This is how karma gets delivered, because you learned the truth. And you fought against the bondage. So to me, it's like, why I actually got irritated when God talk about this. I said, I find insulting to my intelligence, even that somebody will consider this. It's clear by now that I know. And then how the fuck you thought that karma was delivered if I didn't know? So anyhow, this is a topic. I understand that this is something that God wants to be put out there, and I understand that maybe there are people doing bondage breaking, and they need this information. But to me, it's just really insulting, all of this masquerade and all of this lack of willingness of those individuals to actually man up and just assume responsibility and accountability for what they've done. It's the only way to do redemption. There's no other way. There's no other way. Yeah. So the recommendation is that if you face this kind of situation, please make sure to check divine guidance, because these individuals actually are drawn into creating more deception simply because they refuse to assume accountability for what they have done. And not to mention that they are actually, this is part of the plan, as God has shown to me, to either trick you into pulling you in some sort of arrangement of business, of project, of whatever, to make promises of future income and so on, or to play your empathic nature by saying that they spent all the money and they have no money and now they are facing poverty and so on and so forth, which again I find stupid. I don't care that you face poverty. Really, I don't. Really, I don't. I have seen what each individual has done against me. I have no empathy whatsoever for them. Quite the same as they had no empathy whatsoever towards me when they were stealing from me. Yeah. So or they will try another alternative is they will try to again explain to clothe themselves in your energy and in your abundance, hence stealing again from you, in order to present themselves as being credible, as having money which are your money, and eventually maybe offering to you some sort of amount, but which again, it's your money. They don't offer you anything. They only steal from you in order to offer money to you to cover up for what they stole before, which is really, really stupid. That's the only thing I would. So, word of caution, please make sure to ask divine guidance on all of this. They will try and they will continue to see a lot of darkness attacks, glamour magic, sex magic, love bombing, and all sorts of darkness attacks, basically, to influence and bend your free will. Just make sure you stay in your light and you speak your truth. Just know that this is not what God wants. And precisely this video which I'm making right now, God is actually even telling me right now that this is why I made you make this video, so they will know that this is not the divine will, and God will not accept this as redemption. This is not redemption. This is just a continuation of the same thing, just that they cannot hide from you anymore, so then they will try a different way to deceive you, basically, in order to transfer karma back to you. Yeah, because this is, if you accept these alternatives which I described before, this is what it amounts to. They literally transfer karma back to you. You another karmic cycle. So you be very cautious with all of this. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I hope I was clear enough. There are many other ways in which they aim to create bondage on you, and this is specifically bondage which they try to create in order to trick somehow karma delivery to them. It's not gonna happen. God is not accepting. This is not redemption, and everyone who has been through spiritual fighting is experienced enough and has seen already enough betrayals, so they will know better what to choose.